I've reached a point in my life at age 28 where it's not really like why, it's why not, you know. So right now, my YouTube channel, it's done well. It's exceeded all of my personal expectations. I never really had uh, I mean, I was really stoked to get 25 subscribers, then 50, then 100. You know, now 150 is truly blows my mind. I can't believe that, you know, it's turned into all this. Nick Diaz, BJ Penn, and some highly respected mixed martial arts trainers and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu trainers, and even my high school wrestling coach. So are all subscribed to me, and thank you all very much. So I'm not really concerned about views or anything like that. I'm just worried about making sure that the videos are at least somewhat entertaining, but most of all, they contain facts, and you know, it's more of like a vlog, but it's, you know, a back and forth thing between you and I. You know, I'd like to have, it's only 150 people that are going to watch this, you know, so hopefully more, but, you know, 150 if all my subscribers watch it, so, you know, we can discuss it. Feel free to comment anytime. UFC on Fuel TV 6 is at the beginning of November, and I didn't even know this card existed until last week. The headliner is a fight that's supposed to happen a while ago against Rich Ace Franklin and Cung. This fight was supposed to happen before, didn't work out. Franklin took a fight in Brazil after Vitor Belfort pulled out of the Ultimate Fighter finale down there against Wani, and for the second time, a rematch. 5 rounds this time in Wani's hometown, beat him again. Vanderlei did have him hurt very badly, which I really thought that, oh man, shit, Wani's gonna knock out Franklin. No, and what that shows me is that he still has it. You know, Franklin still has the chin, the ability to take a punch. He still has technique, and it's improving, which is what you need. You know, and his game is so well rounded, and his conditioning was always a little, you know, a notch, you know, better than the rest. He and Sean Sherk, I think, about 5 years ago, were the best as far as conditioning went. But anyway, starting off, we have Thiago Silva is a favorite over, help me out here, Stanislav Netkov. Netkov. Regardless, yeah, he's almost a 5-1 over this guy, and I'm probably gonna take a KO TKO round 1 or 2. Paulo Thiago struggling in UFC. I remember an epic battle he had with Diego Sanchez, where Diego picked him up and screamed and slammed him down. For a while, he's doing really well. He submitted Mike Swick with an excellent Darce choke. Never forget that. I saw that one live. Actually, it was really. It was the guy next to me screamed so loud. I actually winced and missed. Swick go out, but of course they show replay after replay after replay, so it's all good. Bruce Leroy, never liked the kid too much, didn't like him in the Ultimate Fighter, didn't like his run in the UFC, and still don't. So I'm taking one more stab at this. Kyung Ho Kang seems to have the edge here. I'm not familiar with him. I can tell you that Alex Correxis, however you say his last name, he has an MMA record of 7-5. He's never done anything to impress me. Not on the show, not in the cage, just nothing. So, you know, in terms, you know, I just don't think he's quite ready for the UFC. But when he is, I can't wait to see what he's got. You know? Okay, moving on. We have the breakdown between the 2 men involved in the main event, which will be Rich Ace Franklin and Cung, who, by the way, is age 40. Franklin at 38, Cung, age 40. Again, let's not forget Anderson the Spider Silva, the best fighter, no question, pound for pound, still active anyway. Fighting today is 37, 38 years old, you know, right now. And before there was the Spider, there was Ace. And in my day, there was Ace. You know, I saw Rich Franklin lose his title for the first time to Anderson the Spider Silva. I actually thought that Franklin was, you know, clear cut going to win that fight until I saw his Muay Thai clinch. and Rich couldn't hang with it. The rematch in Cincinnati. It's funny, I'm from Pittsburgh, and Mike Goldberg had mentioned that the Spider Anderson Silva was wearing Pittsburgh Steelers colors, and Rich Franklin was wearing Cleveland Brown colors. For any football fans out there, NFL fans, you know that we don't like each other's teams. So all of a sudden, I'm a Spider fan for just one fight. But secretly, I wanted Rich to win. He did not win the rematch. Again, same shit happened. Only he did make it to round 2 this time, only to succumb to Anderson Silva's Muay Thai plummet knees, another knockout. Let's go over this again. Okay, Franklin is a 2.5 to 1 to win. His favorite. Cung Lee is about 1 and 3, about 3 to 1 underdog. There is a difference. Cung Lee is 8 and 2 overall in mixed martial arts, which isn't that impressive. He is an accomplished movie star, but in the cage, really, he hasn't. He was the Strikeforce middleweight champion, but I mean, I think it was like a year plus, like GSP time, man, since he got a chance to defend it. He did defeat Frank Shamrock, and anyone that defeats Frank Shamrock, especially in the year 2004, 5, 6, 7, around there, that's that's a notch in your belt, man. That's something to be extremely proud of. People underestimate Frank the Legend Shamrock. Look, man, the guy beat Dan Henderson, okay? And Dan Henderson's certainly his prime. Certainly his prime. No question about it. He beat him. This is again champion versus champion, and I think it sets a good stage for the GSP Condit fight. That comes 2 weeks after that. Maybe not even. Maybe the following week. I'm just not sure. This is going to fare very well with the Chinese fans. There's plenty of Oriental fighters on the card. There's Koreans, there's Japanese, Chinese, and then on top of that, you got two of MMA's most well-rounded. These guys are older, have been around. They understand this is a sport. This is not. We don't have to hate each other. There's no smack talk back and forth. What they're saying is, my opponent is so good, and I respect him so much. It's going to be a damn good fight, and very difficult for me to beat him. So I mean, these are two class acts, two classy guys, two incredibly disciplined, skilled fighters going in there 10-10. So I mean, going to China with these two respectful, disciplined, seasoned veterans, champions, to go in there and face each other, it should be nothing short of a home run for the UFC. But I think in China, I think their hero probably Cung Lee. He's known in the UFC. He's known in Strikeforce. He's known especially, as a professional actor and a very, very good action movie star. He does really well. He has 7 knockouts to his credit and 1 decision win. Here's my problem. He has absolutely zero submission wins to his credit. Why is that a problem? I don't know. It just kind of, irks me. Seems like with 8 wins and 2 losses, 10 professional fights, you should have a submission win in there somewhere. Now, he has incredible takedown defense. As a matter of fact, I think I gave a takedown defense to Cung Lee. Who I think has better takedown defense. I think Cung Lee has better takedown defense than Franklin. Yes, it's a fact. Yeah, in my opinion. But he just doesn't look for the floor. He trains in a certain way, and like I say about Nick Diaz, like I say about Fedor Emelianenko, like I say about Nate Diaz, like I say about it's just anyone that's appeasing to the eye. Anthony Pettis, another one. These guys are appeasing to the eye. I like watching them fight because there's a particular style that just, no other fighter fights like that. No one does that, and Cung Lee is one of those guys. His kicks, no one does those kicks. No one does what Cung Lee does in that cage. Cung Lee is the only one that does that. I forget what the particular, I'm actually going to do that for you guys. Hopefully, I feel like editing this video, so you won't have to wait so long for the result. And I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, his kickboxing is absolutely off the hook, and the martial art that he likes to employ the best, the most, what he prefers to do is called sanda. SANDA. So, I'm actually going to do that for you guys. Hopefully, I feel like editing this video, so you won't have to wait so long for the result. But the style that of fighting that he likes to use, and he's been doing it for a very long time, has a certain name, and he's very, very good at it. In his kicks, and he uses a lot of spin. You know, he uses spin to not only add power, but he's gotten so good at it. It's just it adds unpredictability. I recently watched a 3 or 4 minute long video. It wasn't long at all, where he kind of broke down what he does and why he does it. And he does a lot of distractions prior to throwing any sort of spin moves, which I'm sure Rich Franklin saw. Rich Franklin he's got to be one of the best, you know, at preparing for an adversary, or preparing for a fight. I'm sure he studies his opponent. I'm sure he does. He and his camp do very well. You know, I'm sure they prep very well. I have no idea what it's called. It's some crazy sort of karate slash something. But whatever it is fucking awesome to look at. It's awesome to watch. If you've never seen Cung Lee fight before, you're gonna want to watch this. Plus, I'm gonna watch this because I really want to see how the UFC fares in China. I heard Dana White mention it before, and again I'm gonna say it again. This is gonna set an awesome stage for GSP Con. You know, it really is. China, most people. When they think of mixed martial arts, they think of martial arts, Japanese, karate, gis, uniforms. Well, you know, MMA consists of four. You know, it consists of boxing, wrestling, Muay Thai, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Boxing, wrestling, BJJ. You know, it's four. You know, four main assets to you know, what's used in the UFC to what we see used in the UFC. There's so much more. God, there's so much more. And if you do have more, if you do add judo, if you do add sambo, if you do add whatever it is that Lee does,